This shit just confuses me. You know, this was a show that had a lot of good wrestling on it, but a lot of shitty wrestling too, and a lot of stupidity, a lot of weird things on this show. WWE sometimes is just, they can be, when they're at their best, they can be really good, but sometimes it just looks like they're trying to just fuck up on purpose. You start off with a John Cena promo, and the promo's just boring. It's going to be 2 out of 3 falls. Once again, they don't believe that they can deliver based on an ambulance match, him and Ryback. You know, even though they pulled off a good last man standing match at Extreme Rules, despite what the fucking, naysayers say on YouTube, the truth is it was a good match. They don't even trust in their own fucking wrestler. They don't even trust in John Cena to get an ambulance match over. Maybe it's because the one against Kane sucked so bad last year. They made a 3 stages of hell match, and the first fall is a lumberjack match of all matches. A lumberjack match. I don't even remember the last time they had a good lumberjack match. It's just a fucking match with a bunch of goofballs standing on the outside, a bunch of fucking jobbers standing on the outside. This is probably going to be Alex Riley's moment of his life. He's going to be able to touch John Cena. He's going to go home and jerk off. Oh, so that's what it means to be a big star. I touched a big star, You gotta have a bunch of jobbers trying to feel up on other wrestlers. I don't know, it doesn't sound like the idea for a great, epic match to start off with a lumberjack match. Then it's gonna be a tables match. All of a sudden, John Cena uses a table once in a match, and he thinks he's the god of tables suddenly. I'm not gonna, I think that the match will end up being decent, but it's just, I don't know. it just, I got a bad feeling about this match. It sounds very lame starting off with a lumberjack match. Then we got ourselves an ambulance match. They're gonna stick with the original match in the last fall, and just ambulance matches. I'm not crazy about him. That's the thing. And boring. Ryback comes out. He calls himself Satan. The guy had a great match at Extreme Rules, but the promos, they need fucking work. They're boring. The shit is just, it's fucking lame. Calling himself Satan and shit. No emotion. No nothing. A boring fucking promo. Then you got Curtis Axel coming out with Heyman. They challenge Cena to a match. And, right there, that Cena ain't going to put him over. You just can feel it in your fucking bones. Then we get our first match. It's Alberto Del Rio versus Big E Langston. And it was a pretty decent match. For a Big E Langston match, it was pretty decent. Solid action. You had AJ removing the turnbuckle padding. Langston rams right into it. I don't remember the last time we saw that spot. It's very rare that you get to see any type of violent spots like that, especially on Raw. A decent finish there. Big E and AJ have problems, and I really don't give a shit. Seriously, that Dolph Ziggler would be a lot better off without these 2 goofballs around them. And if anything, they're just the distractions. And then you got Bret Hart giving a pep talk to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan insults Kane. He says he doesn't want to listen to Kane because Kane's Kane and Bret Hart is fucking Bret Hart. And then truer words have never been spoken. Great to see Bret. Never going to complain about seeing Bret. It's great to have an actual credible wrestler on a fucking, credible-less show with no credibility. Then it's Dean Ambrose defeating Kofi Kingston. A short match, but a good match with a good finish, a good clean finish. Ambrose, once again, you know, he's doing weird motions and stuff. It just shows that the guy he's ready for the big time. He's bigger than the belt. Well, then again, even Alex Riley's bigger than the U.S. belt. Belt doesn't mean anything, but at least with Ambrose defending it, and it's on the belt of, you know, someone who actually looks like a champion, the belt means slightly more. You know, they need more credibility with that belt, but, you know, as long as it's with Ambrose and he defends it and he has good matches, then it will mean something once again. You know, then we've got tag team match between the Shield and Team Hell No, and again, another good match here. Actually, a great match. I'm digging this new Daniel Bryan aggressive type of thing that they're doing here. You know, he's looked more motivated than he has in fucking months. The guy had a great match with Swagger on SmackDown. Now he's having a great match again on Raw. You know, maybe they promised him a push. Maybe that's why he's going all that in the ring. But it's great to finally see, you know, these three matches we had here. The matches had fucking wrestling moves in them. Daniel Bryan pulling out a bunch of suplexes, a great German suplex. You had a bellow to back off the top. Fucking wrestling moves and fucking wrestling. Who the fuck knew that was supposed to be? I never thought that there were moves in professional wrestling. It's fucking crazy. It blew my fucking mind. The Shield picks up the win. I'm happy with it. Then it's Fandango defeating Wade Barrett. They do some lame ass fucking poll. What do you want The Miz to be on the app? Do you want him to be the timekeeper? Do you want him to be the commentator, or you want him to be the referee? Well, I looked on the WWE app and I didn't see the choice I was looking for. I want him to be fucking fired! Fucking Miz, what an annoying motherfucker. To think that I used to be a fan of this fucking guy. You know, the guy turns face and just every single shred of credibility or likability that the man had, just, it went out the fucking window. Holy fucking shit, do I hate the fucking Miz. Just an annoying fucking character. And the way he's being portrayed on TV, it's almost like they want us to beg them to fire the Miz. 1 minute into the match, and he hits Barrett with the skull crushing finale, and Fandango picks up the pin. Very, very fucking lame. He kicks Fandango. Summer Rae falls into him. She gives him head in the middle of the ring. And The Miz counts the pinfall for some oral sex. Don't understand it. Don't fucking care. It was fucking horrible. Why give us choices like this? You know, they're all like, do you see what's going on here? They're insulting our intelligence. Oh yeah, we'll give you choices, but we'll make them all shit choices. Choices that don't really even matter. It's just a 1 minute match anyway. Fuck the fucking app. And fuck WWE. You know, they give us 3 good matches in a row and then they gotta ruin that fucking streak with some fucking bullshit. Fuck them. You know, seriously, it's like they give us some good shit and they're like, oh, that's enough good shit for you. You know, that's like giving me a plate of delicious chocolate chip cookies. I'm enjoying the cookies, and all of a sudden you take those cookies, BAM! Smack them off the table, they fall in the trash. Hey, I was eating those fucking cookies. Oh, you know what? Well, I'm going to give you something else. Oh, that's nice, yeah. Big plate of shit right there on the table. Go ahead, eat it. That wasn't very nice. I don't want to eat a plate of shit. It's too fucking bad, because that's what we're serving you. And that's exactly what they're serving us. A big plate of shit to go along with the deliciousness. You know, Daniel Bryan and Shield matches. I don't want to compare them to cookies. That's a little creepy. But in this case, whatever, you know. That's the cookies, and this shit's the shit, you know. Well, then you get Tons of Funk versus 3MB. Not the worst match I ever seen, but still pretty fucking bad. You know, they dance and shit. They show us something from the app. 3MB smashes a cake into Hornswoggle's face. Funny! Stupid! Dumb! What is this? Doink the Clowns? This 1994? The retardedness is off the fucking charts. I don't understand how you go from a good, mature match like The Shield and Daniel Bryan, just good, aggressive, violent wrestling to a fucking cake in the face. This is something that they don't even do on cartoons anymore nowadays because, some kids are too smart for this fucking shit. It's retarded, even like I said in the past, even retards would turn down this shit. That's how retarded it is. No one has even gotten to that level of retardation. It's impossible for someone to be that stupid to find shit like that funny. It just isn't. It's not funny at all. And then we get ourselves a highlight reel, and it was a good highlight reel. Who knew? Usually when they do the highlight reel, it's very cheap. Now, granted, they've the screen, the Geritron is it's less than double the size of what it used to be, whatever. But Heyman comes in there, and long story short, we're getting Punk and Jericho at Payback. I've had enough of Jericho and Punk already. I'd like to see, CM Punk move on to a new feud already. But, I'm sure it'll be at least a decent match. But, expect Punk to defeat Jericho. Pretty predictable, considering that Punk is going to be returning. And I seriously doubt Punk will lose returning. So, once again, Jericho will fucking lose a match that he doesn't need to lose, but whatever. Punk's coming back. I'm excited about that, but then again, I think they could have probably did something a little bit more creative for his fucking return instead of just a random match against Jericho. They could have come up with something a little bit better than that. I mean, fuck, have a little bit of originality, not a match we've already seen 50 times over. I mean, they just feuded last year, and they're going to give us the same shit the very next year. At least, wait a little bit. I mean, I'm just begging for some creativity here. This guy's been out for a while now. People want him to return, and they're just going to give him an average return match. They could build a big storyline, but once again, they fuck up Punk's return, much like they did back in 2011 when the guy was more over than he ever was in his whole fucking career. And now they're just going to go... What is it? Any time that they have any type of excitement or heat surrounding CM Punk, they have to go and fucking kill it. How epic would it have been to see Punk beat The Undertaker? But once again, we have to hold on to these things that really don't matter. It's a fake streak. Oh, he can't lose. Oh, God forbid he loses the streak. It's, The Undertaker has won 20 matches at WrestleMania, and they still couldn't give it to Punk. And, at least they'll make up for it. Maybe an epic return. No, just Jericho. And I'm not knocking Jericho, but seriously, they could give us something a little bit better, a little bit more creative. And then we get something that's just fucking creepy. Husky Harris and some other guy that I saw when I was at Access for Mania. Yeah, dudes with big beards in the woods. Wearing lamb masks, singing Mary Had a Little Lamb. And, when does this fucking bullshit ever stop? I see people praising this. Oh wow, it looks like they're criminals. Oh man, this is scary. Scary? If you think this is scary, you're a fucking pussy. Holy fucking shit. I've seen movies that will make you fucking shit in your fucking pants if you think this is fucking scary. If anything, it's not scary. It's creepy in a pedophile rape type of way. Those masks are the type of shit that you wear to orgies. And the whole thing about those masks is a lot of times they're fucking furries. It's kind of indicating that they want to rape. They're out in the woods. If anybody's seen the Burt Reynolds classic, Fucking, what was the name of the fucking movie? Deliverance. Yes, Deliverance. Burt Reynolds' friends get raped out in the woods. These guys are out in the woods. They look the fucking same. Bunch of rednecks, except they're wearing masks now, so they look even more creepier than usual. They're gonna fucking rape the whole fucking roster! And you people are praising a bunch of fucking rapists out in the woods. Oh, wow! I'm so excited! Rednecks are gonna rape wrestlers! Oh, I can live vicariously through the wrestlers, so I could dream of fucking Justin Gabriel up the ass. Oh, wow. You guys, you're such great fucking people here in the YWC, praising a rapist gimmick. Oh, wow. You know, ooh, I love this new orgy. There's 3 big guys, 3 fat fucks, Husky Harris, and they're gonna rape the whole fucking roster, Deliverance style. Congratulations. You know, this is what the YWC is becoming. A bunch of people who support rapists. Great job there, folks. Then we've got ourselves some Diva action. It's the Bella Twins defeating Natalya and Caitlyn, and Natalya loses. And not only that, but she cries. They sing happy birthday to her. They're making fun of her, and she cries. I don't even know, you know, they are sarcastically singing this, but how is this supposed to make one cry? And she's in her fucking hometown, which doesn't even make any fucking sense at all. Just crying like a fucking, just, I was gonna say pussy, but she's a girl. It's just disrespectful. Vince McMahon making, not only does she lose in her hometown to some shitty fucking female wrestlers like the Bellas, but she also is asked to cry in front of her own fucking countrymen. This is disgusting. This is fucking horrendous. How can they ask a woman, you know, forget about asking a man, but a fucking woman, you know, we're brought up that we're supposed to respect women, and Vince McMahon, you know, it's like supposed to be a professional wrestling company. It's PG. We're supposed to be nice, don't bully people, but behind the scenes, Vince McMahon or Triple H, whoever the fuck asked her to do this, is asking a girl who works hard for the company of a famous wrestling family to cry in front of her own fucking country. What kind of fucking sick, twisted bullshit is that? You tell me. And then I forgot to mention before, Shawn Michaels, he gives a pep talk to John Cena backstage. He says, oh, you know, you shouldn't, you know, you never listen, you know, you should take it easy. Wow, you know, oh, telling him to take it easy, like that was so fucking hardcore. You know, I praised the fucking match at Extreme Rules, but, you know, okay, it was pretty good, but, you know, it's not like, oh, wow, you know, you take it easy, man. You know, he didn't get thrown off a fucking Hell in a Cell or anything. You know, it's like, let's take it a little bit easy here, Shawn, in a pretty pointless fucking cameo to boot. You know, he's there for the appreciation night. I know that, so all the fucking nerds don't jump all over me. But still, pretty fucking pointless. You know, no creativity, just a little pointless pop in there. Then they got nothing else better to show us, so they give us Orton and Sheamus, and they defeat the Rhodes Scholars in a boring fucking match. Holy fucking shit, it's boring. And not only was it boring, but once again, Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow job. How many fucking times do these two wrestlers have to job to fucking Randy Orton? Fuck Randy Orton. Seriously. I've had it up to here with this fucking guy already. You know, he's not there for any purpose. The guy is a fucking dope head. He's a fucking drug addict. A fucking drug addict, for goodness sakes. People, you know, the guy was suspended for fucking 60 days. Suspended, not 60 days. Total up 90 days for the first suspension. The guy is also known for being a fucking creep around the women backstage. He's a fucking, just a fucking creepy person. A person you don't even want to have around. So he can't even be involved in any fucking main events because they can't rely on him because he's a fucking drug addict, and he might dope up again, so they can't use him in any world title matches. So the guy is just there in the mid card, wandering around in matches, just burying random people. And the thing is, he never fucking loses nothing. He's lost to the Shield, but in a tag match. And the thing is, it's boring. They make Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes look bad. They make them look really boring. And then they just beat them like they're fucking nothing. It's fucking disgusting already. Orton and Sheamus they're not doing fucking anything, giving us fucking half-ass matches. Sheamus and Mark Henry, they put on a fucking boring-ass match. Orton's match gets overrated to fuck. And what do? They praise them. Oh, that's all, great matches, guys. Go out there and fucking just bury the whole fucking roster. I don't get this. A guy like Sandow with all this charisma put to waste. Let's not capitalize on this charisma. Let's not try to build a new star. Instead, let's just bury him. But, it's to a fucking dope head of all people. Fuck! I'm fucking sick of Orton already. Just jobbing it. Like, what the fuck? What do you have to do to get this guy to lose in a fucking match? I mean, God, I've never seen anything like this. A fucking fake sport, and the guy doesn't want to lose. He's not really losing. He's fake losing, but it's like, what do you have to do? The guy can't. He doesn't like to pretend to lose. Yeah. And then we got our main event. It's Curtis Axel, and he defeats John Cena via countout. I was actually pretty pleased with the way the match was going. But of course, Cena can't job. No one can put over younger talent. Some guys, they just, something, we want to push you, kid. You're great. We want to pair you up with Heyman, but we just can't give you a credible victory yet. Yeah, you could pin Sin Cara, but Triple H, the guy is fucked up. He can't even fucking wrestle anymore. So no, you can't beat him. Cena's beating everybody. It wouldn't matter if he took one loss. Ryback distracts him. He could come from behind with a finisher or a roll-up, whatever, and beat him. No, still can't. He hits him with the perfect plex. It would have been awesome if that was it. Just catches him with the perfect plex, beats him. That would have been it. That would have been awesome. I would have fucking praised the fucking shit out of that right there if they did a move like that. But unfortunately, something like that will never happen. Won't happen in a million fucking years because it makes too much sense. An up-and-comer, getting the win over someone who's beating everybody. Right there, if he beat Cena, the guy would have went down in history. He would have fulfilled the hype, all the things that Heyman's saying about him. The big pin on Cena, even if there was a distraction, whatever, it would have went down in history. It would have been one of the most memorable moments probably in the whole history of Raw. But instead, it was nothing. Just a fucking countdown victory and just a little fucking shit, little squabble with Ryback, and that's how they went off the air. So you could have had an awesome fucking moment. Someone who was a nobody becoming a super fucking star out of nowhere. It would have been fucking awesome, and I would have got behind it. Right there, he had a pretty impressive showing in this match. If he just pinned him, I would have became a fan of his. I mean, that would have been it. I would have been like, the guy proved himself in that match, and he looked strong, and they're getting behind him, but no. Instead, I'm going off the air saying something negative about it because they just completely fucked it up. Overall, the show started off really strong, but then it just got fucked up. So I ain't going to say the show was good because you had, 1 hour of good wrestling, and then, pretty much you had one good highlight reel in there, and then that was it. Everything else fucking sucked. I mean, you can't have like half the show be good and half the rest of the show being fucking horrible. You know, not the worst Raw ever. I won't say it was completely awful, but the fucking show needs work. I mean, you know, it's proven. There's so many points on this show, and I just mapped them out for you, how it could have been better. You know, big, strong finish with Axel getting the win, and I would have excused the other shit, because that would have been big, and that would have been like something to remember this Raw by. But instead, you know, it's pretty fucking forgettable. A couple of good matches doesn't make for a memorable Raw. I'm sorry, you know, some decent shit, some good wrestling here and there, but for the most part, it's not enough. 3 hours, over 3 hours. It is too much. It's too much fucking fluff on the fucking show. Too much fucking shit. You know, they gotta go back to 2 hours. They gotta go back to 2 hours, guys. I fucking had it up to here with the fucking 3 hour Raws. If it was a 2 hour Raw, that would have been different. The show would have been awesome if it was 2 hours, because they would have been forced to cut out a lot of the fucking bullshit. Alright, so yeah, not the worst Raw, but far from one of the best, or far from being good thanks to a whole bunch of bullshit. Alright.